The images of surrealism speak to us like a known language. Hi, my name is Guillermo Vega. I'll be speaking to you today about the Belgian surrealist artist René Magritte. I'll be discussing his life from birth till death. Every night we lay our heads down and sleep. We go to places that seem nonsensical and have no inherent meaning. René Magritte focused on making this the focal point of his artworks. He pursued the meaning of these nonsensical places because with further expansion, they have more meaning than we believe. His life will be divided in two separate parts: his adolescence and his mature years. I'll be starting with his adolescence first. According to the art story, he was born to a well-off family, his father working in the manufacturing business and his mother being known as a miller before her marriage. His family consisted of himself and two other brothers, him being the eldest. They were known to be troublemakers and were not well liked. He was born on November 21st, 1898, in Les Sines, Belgium. Magritte's life consisted of intrigue and tragedy at a young age, having two events affect his art for years to come. On one day, playing with his friends, there was a festival in his town, and there was a traveling artist that was painting at a cemetery. Magritte was so intrigued by this artist, he wrote about him, saying that it seemed that he was performing magic. This interest of art, with the power of self-expression it contains, influenced him from a young age. The second event that would influence his life at a young age was the tragedy of his mother's suicide. In 1912, at the age of 14, he lost his mother when she jumped off a bridge and left us. It is believed that Magritte had seen the recovery of his mother's body. Though this is a rumor, people speak that he had seen his mother be pulled out the river and had her gown covering her head. The reason why I bring this up is because Magritte in the future had many paintings where he would draw people and they would be covered with a white cloth over their head while expressing intimate and different emotions. According to the National Gallery of Canada, from 1916 to 1918, Magritte attended the Fine Arts Institute in Brussels. Although he was known as a student who wasn't well invested, Magritte would end up making a friend known as Victor Servance. Victor was an influence to his artwork for the years to come. He would end up introducing him to Purism, Futurism, and Cubism. With his adolescence coming to an end, he was forced to serve in the military in 1921. Upon his return from a full year of service, he would marry Georgette Berger, according to biography.com. In 1925, Magritte would see the painting The Song of Love by Giorgio de Chirico, who was a surrealist artist. Upon seeing this painting, he would be influenced and would start putting ordinary objects in unordinary places. he would focus on making his artworks dreamlike poetry to inspire in questions for whoever saw it. In 1927 to 1930, Magritte would live in Paris and would be part of the Surrealist movement, brushing shoulders with multiple Surrealist artists who were well known, such as Max Ernst and Salvador Dali. During this time, he would incorporate madness and hysteria to his artworks. Though the time came when he had to part ways due to differentiating creative views. During this time, he would express that he felt that the brutish Nazis had already experienced the dark unconscious with their unspeakable acts. He died and left a legacy. According to RenéMagritte.org, he died on August 15, 1967, at the age of 68, in his bed due to pancreatic cancer. Magritte would become an inspirational artist for years to come, inspiring artists such as Andy Warhol and many others. In conclusion, Magritte would end up making major strides in the painting medium. He would put the unconscious mind in the forefront of his art. He wasn't afraid to differentiate himself from his colleagues and inspired many others due to this. His adolescence and mature years molded him to make art that would inspire many others. Although he went through many difficult trials in his life, he would learn from them and continue forward. He found love, friendship, and he knew when the time to depart and grow came. I ask that you follow in Magritte's footsteps and make your life your own. Grow so that others may grow from you and be inspired. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.